Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, Brazil says borders in South America final and should be respected. Major tourism development for Sand Creek, Bagotville Bridge recommissioned, and several Christmas Day babies' births were celebrated by the President, First Lady, and public health ministers. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. Daddy! And now for the details. Guyana's ambassador to Brazil, George Talbot, says there needs to be a concerted effort by Guyanese to learn foreign languages with specific focus on Portuguese in order to take optimal advantage of the opportunities available in Brazil. More in this report.
It opens doors. It allows you to speak directly to so many more people. If you learn Portuguese, for example, just on the continent, you're able to speak directly to 200 million people in Brazil.
Ambassador Talbot believes that this facility of communication will be conducive for Guyana's positioning in the world and the Americas. While the establishment of a Brazilian embassy here is a great step, the ambassador highlighted the need for a team effort, which requires input from the government, private sector, and civil society.
This requires a constant effort. Bilateral diplomacy, I think of it sometimes as wholesale and retail. There are the moments of high engagement and maybe grand statements, but there's also meeting people at a very local level.
The ideas of Guyanese and other interested stakeholders are welcomed by the ambassador, who pledged to maintain a very engaged posture with his Brazilian counterparts. Additionally, he noted that the contact established by President David Granger and Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenwich with officials in Brazil has contributed to a conducive ambience of cooperation and joint endeavors between the two countries. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
The Brazilian government maintains that the settlement of the Guyana-Venezuela border is final and must be respected. Here is that report.
Following his attendance at the recently concluded Mercosur summit in Brazil, Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenwich said that Guyana's South American neighbor has been updated on the border issue and remains resolute to its original position.
The matter was raised with Brazil. As per normal, we as neighbors, we always have exchanges on this, and the President gave them an update on where we are, and Brazil I don't think has indicated any movement. Well, not I don't think. Brazil has not indicated any movement from its traditional position, which is that the boundaries of the subcontinent should remain where they are.
Additionally, Minister Greenwich said that Guyana is awaiting the final decision of the UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres. He undertook to have the matter sent to the World Court, failing an amicable settlement between Guyana and Venezuela.
The UNSG to make a report and take a decision. He's been asked to choose from a menu, and he is still with that. In the meantime, the personal representative has been doing the rounds.
Following a more than 20-year mediation process and no resolution, Guyana has lobbied the UN for the border issue between itself and Venezuela to be taken to the International Court of Justice for settlement. The former Secretary General of the UN, Ban Ki-moon, had requested until the end of 2017 to have the matter settled, failure of which will see the matter being referred to the ICJ. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Residents and commuters can now travel in and out of Bagotville, West Bank, Demerara with ease following the recommission of the Bagotville Bridge. Renetta LaFleur tells us more.
Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson said the project was an emergency one after damage caused by heavy equipment.
One night, I think it was a Friday night, trucks or some heavy equipment traversed the bridge and caused it to sink. We had to do emergency works on that. Saturday when I visited, immediately we set up a task force which included the regional administration, and we were able to put several emergency measures in place, including the diversion of the traffic.
The $92 million bridge was constructed by Geico Construction General Services, Inc. Geico CEO Kamal Singh commended the government for their prompt response.
We must applaud the ministry and the government of Guyana for the continued effort to deliver on their promise I am sure we have many more development within our community that we will be able to see from this government so we can have a better life.
Minister within the ministry, Annette Ferguson, appealed to the residents to care the bridge, which she observed carries new safety features.
The Ministry of Public Infrastructure, we stepped up to it to ensure you get a brand new bridge. And not only a brand new bridge, we have other characteristics outfitting the bridge, such as a walkway, which wasn't there before. You have rails. It is also a steel structure bridge.
Works on the bridge commenced September 21 and was completed at the end of November, 2 weeks earlier than the scheduled December 15. Renata LaFleur for InfoHub.
Crystal Stahl tells us that Sparren Dam on the east coast of Demerara residents expressed satisfaction with the introduction of the community's newly drilled well, as the Ghana Water Incorporated officials conducted a walkabout in the community on Christmas Eve Day.
During the exercise, following inquiries from the GWI Board of Directors about the 24-hour water services, residents indicated they have seen massive improvement in the services from the company.
Getting nice water that you can drink and all these kind of things. Because I, for one, when it just one, I try some just and it didn't give me no life already. So we get a lot in.
However, some residents indicated they are still receiving water with high iron content. Managing Director of GWI, Dr. Richard Van West Charles, explained the company will address the issue.
We're now going to look at treating it. What you're going to find though, because you haven't had water in the lines for a long time, when you start, all that rust and everything will come out. Alright, so don't get alarmed.
The managing director also encouraged residents to ensure their internal plumbing is intact and free of leaks. Executive Director of Operations Dwayne Shako explained that Sparren Dam's overhead tank is expected to be reactivated by the first quarter of the new year after being checked, tested and disinfected. Crystal Stahl for InfoHub.
Sand Creek is among 5 hinterland communities that will receive major support in 2018 for the development of ecotourism. More from Seneca Thorne.
Sand Creek will be the first of 5 villages to capitalize on an initiative between the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs and the Ministry of Business. The initiative will provide major support to hinterland communities to engage in tourism in 2018. During a recent visit to the community, Minister Sidney Alicock encouraged the residents to begin organizing themselves.
So come next year, January, I'll be talking to him and saying, who knows, I might return with him for a discussion and see how we could move the process forward. We also have tour operators who are keen in coming to visit you, but they don't want to come here, and when they come, they say, we never call you, we're not ready for it, that sort of a thing. So I want to be sure that you are in agreement.
Minister Alicock explained that the communities will receive funding and training. The ministry will also facilitate exchanges with other successful tourism communities so that they can learn from others' experiences.
Get your people, because you have to manage it yourself. Nobody's going to come and manage it for you. They're going to help to train you, but you take the bull by the horns. And we have Rewa and Soram as 2 good examples of managing their own business. So it shouldn't be too difficult for you to move forward.
Additionally, in 2017, Sand Creek received $5 million to establish an eco-lodge as part of its Community Development Project, CDP. Sand Creek in Region 9 is the largest indigenous community in the South Rubununi and is surrounded by the Kinuku Mountain Range. Seneca Thorne for InfoHub.
In the first quarter of 2018, Guyana's business sector will be on display as a number of overseas trade missions will be in the country. Gabriela Patram has details.
These trade missions will seek to enhance Guyana's relationship with various countries and showcase that the nation is open and ready for business. Chief Executive Officer of GoInvest Owen Berry said that in late January, a visit from the Trinidad Chamber of Commerce is expected.
Early in January, there will be a Trinidad Chamber of Commerce mission to Guyana on the 29th. Again, they're looking for opportunities. They're looking for beyond oil and gas opportunities too.
Berry added that in the same month, there will be 2 inward trade missions from Brazil.
Both of them are large-scale agriculture, and I think one of them will be prime for us to message to the market once we've had those extensive discussions with Ministry of Agriculture, the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission, to move that specific project forward.
In February, the Go Invest CEO noted that there will also be a Barbadian trade mission visiting with the aim of developing partnership opportunities. Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
This Christmas Day, the births of several healthy babies were celebrated by the President, First Lady, and public health ministers and officials. Here is our final report.
The first Christmas baby was born at 12:02 a.m. on Christmas Day at the Georgetown Public Hospital. Born to Malini Rose, little Malvin Haywood was graced by a visit from President Granger, First Lady Sandra Granger, and Minister of Public Health Valda Lawrence.
Good morning, congratulations. Boy again. Boy, what's his name? Marvin. Named after dad or granddad? Or? Between me and his dad. Okay. And what's your name? Malini.
Hampers were presented to all of the Christmas Day mothers in addition to a token for each baby.
It is usual that the president, the ministers and others will go and visit with those mothers who have given birth on this day. Fortunately, we do not just do mothers who have given birth today on Christmas Day. We do all the mothers.
The Linden Hospital complex was also blessed with the arrival of 7 babies. The newborns and their mothers were also gifted with hampers from Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Karen Cummins.
So I'm very happy to come up all the way here to share and spread joy to the people of Linden, especially the mothers of the infants that are born on Christmas Day.
Not to be left out was the New Amsterdam Public Hospital that witnessed the arrival of a healthy baby boy weighing 2 kilograms at 3 hours 43 on December 25. This successful delivery was quickly followed by the birth of another boy, then a girl. Director of Regional Health Services Javon Stevens, who paid a visit to the babies and their mothers, noted that it was indeed a special time for them. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Thanks for watching. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.